Gentlemen, welcome back to the Tiege Hanley Starting a Business, Building a Brand vlog. This one, big number 160. So do I have some big news for you. I've also got a present. Actually, you can give the present of amazing skin officially, hopefully, this coming Saturday. Not this, a week from yesterday. So here's the deal, guys. I've mentioned a few different times about the whole Tiege Hanley gifting program. This has been something that we've been trying to figure out, and we've been in the mud for quite some time. We were trying to do gifting last year. For one reason or another, it's sort of been put on the back burner. We've been modifying and changing the various options on how we're going to give the gift, or how you can give the gift of Tiege Hanley. And we finally have locked it down, and we'll be launching. Now, this is all right here, but I think we're actually we could launch sooner, but next Saturday, the 15th of December, we should be able to, or you should be able to go on to the Tiege.com website and send the gift of Tiege Hanley. The options are you can send 1 month of Tiege Hanley, 3 months, or 6 months. You've got two different options. You can basically buy it and have us ship it out to them right away. The second option is what I think is pretty cool, is you can send them an electronic gift of Tiege Hanley and Amazing Skin. You can pick the day that they receive the email where they then can activate their subscription anytime they want, or it's a subscription, but it's not a subscription. It's being paid for by you, but there's not a reoccurring billing aspect to it. And so you're buying 1 month, 3 months, or 6 months. And then each month we're gonna be sending it out just like normal. And it's really cool, and we're very excited about it. It's not just for Christmas. Birthdays, Father's Day, Valentine's Day, bar mitzvahs, the holiday, anything. You just like somebody and you're like, yo, I think you're a solid dude. I'm gonna hook them up with some Tiege. You are going to make their day and them more handsome. Really excited about this. This is an amazing accomplishment for us. It's not off the ground yet. By next vlog, it will be, hopefully. But it's cool. When you go to the Tiege website, you're gonna see a gifting area, and it's not going away. It's gonna be there for forever. This is something that we've been wanting to implement for a long time. We finally figured it out, but it's been a very labor-intensive technology sort of play, and so it's not simple, unfortunately. Nothing is, right? What's been simple? That's my question. Apparently nothing. Gentlemen, hopefully you've got some simple questions for me, because I'm a simple dude. The first question comes from our friend Sockle Seth. I think that's your name. He says, business question. Alpha, longtime subscriber here, pre-mail basic days. Whoa. For those of you who have not been around a while, I used to promote an underwear brand called Male Basics. And you want to talk about some of the cringiest videos ever? I used to dress up. This is back early days YouTube. And when I thought you had to do skits and all sorts of crazy things. And so it was weird, man. I'm telling you, oh God, I'm not even gonna go into Male Basics, Garcon. There were tons of videos that I've done for underwear companies. It seems like they were one of the first sort of early adopters in terms of influencers, and I did some cringy skits and weird ass, it was weird. And so it was bizarre. So our boy's been around a while, that is for sure. He says, I'm a business owner out of Arizona, transitioning to a different avenue and publishing a book that will be out next year. My question for you is, can you talk about your experience in coming into the public eye? The ups, the downs, things you wish you had some insight on, etc. I'll be at Menfluential in February. We have to get a picture. And if you have time, a spin jump of awesomeness. That's awesome. So, all right, brother. Well, hopefully I will meet you at the conference. I know I'll meet you if you're going. If you guys haven't bought your tickets yet, link below or somewhere. Menfluentialconference.com. It's coming up literally less than 3 months. Tickets are going fast. We got a little less than 100 left. If you're interested, go. Business is what day 1 is about. Day 2 is all about personal development. And like I said, you're going to meet my mentor and wrestling coach who will make me cry. Anyway, the public eye. Do I have any advice? Things I wish I knew. One thing I will say, and this is, when I started YouTube, I didn't know that I was going into the public eye. it was sort of something that just kind of happened. But what I've learned, a lot of things I've learned sort of from other people, you know, like in terms of, I've seen a lot of people that have a public persona when they, you know, they're held up on a pedestal and they represent something that, you know, people look up to, or people form an opinion about what they see somebody, you know, basically projecting in public. But then what happens, kind of like Tiger Woods, right? All of a sudden something drastic happens and dreadful, and everybody's like, oh my God, you know, look what happened, Tiger, oh my God. And like, he fell from grace because everybody had the vision of Tiger Woods as this person that was, you know, a good family man and this and that. When in reality, you know, he might have been a decent family man, but he had a, you know, he was like, yo, I'm rich and I really like, you know, and enjoy the time I spend with women. And so he's cheating on his wife all the time. And so when we find out this, it's like, oh my God, mind-blowing. As opposed to him being honest, which nobody's really honest when you're in a situation like this, being like, yo, I'm rich, I'm handsome, I have lots of opportunities, I really like women, I'm gonna go out and do this thing. But it was the lying. It was us feeling like we got duped by something. And so, see, not just, I'm using Tiger Woods as an example, but you see these type of examples all the time where somebody will do something in public, and when they're a public figure, and it's devastating to their image and their persona and their career a lot of times. You know, and so the lesson that I learned from that is try to be the same person you are in public as you are in private. And that's something where YouTube has really sort of opened my eyes to the fact that I don't ever want anybody to be like, oh, you know, you preach this, but then you're this. And so YouTube has made me be a better person. The fact that people come up to me and shake my hand and want to get pictures and stuff like that, man, that is something that I don't take for granted, not for 1 second. It is an amazing opportunity that I think is absolutely beautiful. And, you know, it's like, am I dreaming? Like, it's incredible. And so, I would say just be honest and be real. And I think that even if you've got flaws and you let people in and see the vulnerable side, I think that they will respect that and appreciate you even more, as opposed to putting on this front, putting on an image or a facade, and then being something else in reality. I think that you just be honest, be who you are, and be the best that you can, and you'll be just fine. Bryan Ramirez has a personal question. What motivates you, Aaron? What motivates me? I don't know. Like, I think I've got like a little bit of a chip on my shoulder. I grew up poor. You know, I felt insecure my whole life growing up about, you know, not having money. I dated a girl in high school, and I've never actually said this out loud. I've thought about it recently. I've been a lot more like introspective this year and last year, just kind of about like myself and just kind of like what's important. And I was thinking back to when I was growing up, and there was this woman that I dated in high school. I dated for a few years, and I viewed them, her family, as having, you know, their crap together. The husband and wife, or the parents, they were married. You know, they had, you know, there were 3 children. And I come from a broken home. I didn't have much money. I was kind of like, not like the bad side of the tracks, but I think about how insecure the mother made me feel. And she didn't do anything on purpose, and they always treated me well. But I guess I just felt like I was never worthy of dating their daughter. Like I was a second-class citizen. And I've never said this out loud. But I think growing up, I always sort of was insecure about that. And so, you know, now I guess, you know, what motivates me and what has motivated me forever is wanting to be successful. I didn't really know what success looked like. It was never like a monetary thing. It was just a feeling of accomplishment for me. And so, you know, now I feel like I've achieved a certain level of success. You know, like I said in the last question, people want to shake my hand and get pictures taken with me, which is crazy. And so now what motivates me is you know, just wanting to do better and not wanting to screw anything up. Every day I get up and I say the same thing to myself. and part of my language, I say, don't fuck it up today. That's like my daily mantra, right? Like, don't fuck it up today. You've worked too hard. Things are good. Just keep moving in the right direction. And a lot of days I don't screw it up, and some days I almost do. And so now it's just about wanting to keep it going and wanting to achieve more. And I feel like I'm just getting started a little bit. And so I just want to continue to kick ass, and I don't want to have any regrets. And so that's the other part of it. I live my life every single day, my business, my physique, I mean, everything. Like, I don't want to have regrets, because the thought of being older or letting any time pass and thinking, I wish I would have, I know that I probably could have, or if I would have done this, how would this, I don't want to live like that. And so at this stage of the game, I just go after it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And hopefully, you know, at the end of the day, I don't fuck it up. But great question. Kadar Awad, sorry for butchering your name, buddy, says, are you still on good terms with your past business partner, fashion anchor, fitness center, etc.? What advice would you have for friends going into business together to stay on good terms, even if their business venture doesn't work out? That's such a great question, and a heartbreaking one for me. You know, the fashion anchor guy that I basically, you know, gave the business to, he and I were never really close before. We're still friendly. We didn't have like a big blowing up. So yeah, everything's cool. He's a great guy. My fitness center business partner, that is a different story. She won't talk to me. And if you missed the video that I did a video a while back talking about like my darkest days. And I talk about my fitness center and the fact that it failed. And the hardest thing for me isn't the failure of the business. The hardest thing for me was somebody that I loved. This business partner of mine, Linda, I loved her like a sister, like a mother. Like, she was older than me by like 20 years. The way we got into business together was kind of a long, you know, complex story. But at the end of the day, I would have taken a bullet for her, and she would have taken a bullet for me. But when our business, you know, shut down and there were legal issues and stuff like that, and bankruptcy, it was, you know, it was too much for her to, I think, handle. And whenever she talked to me or looked at me, I think it was too painful. And so I reached out to her on multiple occasions, and just wanting to like grab coffee and stuff, and, you know, just talk, like, just to see if she's okay. And she won't return my calls. And so that didn't work out so good. About once or twice a year, I'll send an email, or I'll call a number that I don't even know if it's hers. And I just want to let her know how much she means to me, and how much I appreciate, you know, everything she did for me. But she won't get back to me. And so it's not that she doesn't like me. It's just, from what I understand, it's too painful. Like, she didn't come to my wedding. And when I say her and I were close, we were super close. So I don't know. In terms of other business partners, you know, I'm in business with my best friend from high school, Terry, with Menfluential Media, the advertising agency. And when I hired him to sell advertising for me back about 3 years ago, you know, it was one of those things where we had a conversation, because he and I were best friends. And it was like, okay, if we do this, we're going to try it for 3 months. If it doesn't work out, it's not going to work out. Like, the numbers just won't work. And so we've got to make sure that, you know, if it doesn't work out, we shake hands, we agree that, hey, you know, good luck, and we maintain a friendship. And so, unfortunately, and we're still great friends, and business is very good, and so things are great. But, you know, when you go through hardships, when your business goes through trying times, that's a different level, and it's hard personally, but it's also very difficult, you know, from a friendship perspective. But that being said, when you go through hard times, and when you build something with somebody that you love, who's a friend, it can bring you closer too. And so, you know, I'm much closer now with my friend Terry than I ever had been before. And I'm very close with Rob and Kelly, and you know, these are people that I didn't know from Adam prior to meeting them and discussing the Tiege Hanley thing. And so, you know, so yeah, it can work. It can work. Just make sure that you have that conversation going into it. Say, hey, look, you know, if this doesn't work out, we still need to be friends. You know, as long as you guys treat each other very well, if you guys Make sure that you hold each other's best interest in mind always. Never cheat them. Always be honest and upfront with each other. You'll have no problem. It's when people get different ideas of what they want to do and where they want to go, and if somebody gets jealous, like, you just got to make sure that you guys stay on the same page. And so one key is to communicate often and freely. And if there's something bothering you, talk it through. Don't harbor any resentment. Don't hold things in, because at the end of the day, with any relationship, that will definitely have a negative impact on your business and your friendship. But great question. Yanchi22, when will you do a house tour of your new home? I don't know. I'm not sure. That's not really a business question, but maybe I'll do one in the future. Who knows? I had such a blast building that house too, by the way, and it's pretty cool. You guys would dig it, I think, but I'm not sure. I'm not ready for that. But someday, maybe. Someday. Last question comes from our friend Renato Medina. He says, hi Aaron. Thanks for everything through the years. You're welcome, buddy. I'm an artist, music, drawing, illustration, and entrepreneur. I want to share my content on Instagram and social media. What is your advice on the subject? Because I want to treat it like a business. I know YouTube is your main way of communicating, but what's your opinion? Share the same thing on every platform? Thanks a lot. Greetings from Peru. What's up, brother? I'm so jealous that you're an artist. I wish I was. I'm not that creative in that way. But my advice to you, it really depends on how, like, what your business around your art and like what your business model is. Yes, you should be sharing your images, or what is it? It's drawing, illustrate. Yeah, so music. You should be sharing it on you know, whatever platform. Instagram is a great one. Facebook, I think Instagram is going to be easier for you to sort of, you know, build up a following, just because it is more visual and images are a little bit more valued. And it's easier to tag people and this and that. But I would say start with Instagram and share. Also, make sure that you have a website link up in your profile. And then in the description, if you're treating it like a business and you want to sell these things, you know, maybe say, you know, what it is, and then, you know, link in bio for more information, or if you want to, you know, check out or get something custom done or whatever. I think that's a really good idea. Now, if you have music and you've got these like different sort of interests, and you're a musician, but then you're also an artist, I would probably separate them, because it's difficult to sort of have, you know, on one account like Instagram, have, you know, really focus and make it about, you know, your art, and then on the other hand, you know, talk about music. It kind of doesn't jive, in my opinion. But that being said, if you've got a website, like you have a website, like your name, like whatever, you can have different sort of pages or sections like art and music and whatever else you're into. And so that might be a great way to sort of have one website, separate it out a little bit into different categories, and then when you're doing something for your music, you link to that page. When you're doing something for your art, you link to that page. But I think that you know, music, if you are doing music and you can film yourself, I think YouTube is an amazing platform to share music. It's where a lot of people get discovered, and you can do the same thing. You know, link in the bio or down below the video, and you know, just rock it, brother. I mean, congratulations! It's so exciting, and it's amazing that you're about to share something that you've been working hard on. And so I wish you the best, brother. That's awesome. Gentlemen, that's it. Speaking of awesome, don't forget, in about a week, gifting. Tiege Hanley, give the gift of amazing skin. If you have a business-related question, I'm really loving these questions, guys. Down in the comments, let us know. Business question. Start it with business question, and then your question, and then next week I'll be sure to get some more of your questions, and definitely next week I'll be announcing, hey guys, great news, we launched, right? If I'm not saying that, something went wrong, but we should be good. I got the green light from Rob and everybody that we're on track. So, over promise, under deliver. What is it? No, under promise, over deliver. That's what Rob said. Something to that effect. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. If you've got any questions down below, make sure to sign up to the mailing list at tiege.com to be notified when this bad boy officially launches. And other than that, you know the deal. We love you more than our double monk strap shoes.